Hello my friends, how's it going today? I thought I'd make a cruising along video, evening video. It's about 7 p.m. here in Portland area. I decided to ride up to the park for a moment just to get a little bit of exercise, get the blood flowing, and dinner's going to be ready in about, 12 minutes. So I've got myself on a timer. Thought I'd come out here and make a quick video while I'm chatting to myself, rather. Because that's what I tend to do, is chat to myself when I'm walking along. So making a video isn't anything different than my normal activity in my brain. It's just that I'm saying it out loud. Getting out here into nature is something that, even though it's just the local park, it's just something that it's, let me see how I can define it. It's so hard to do, but at the same time it's so simple. It's only 5 blocks away, and I can come up here and I can walk in here. It's a little bit dirty in this area, but you get the point. And when I'm at home, I'm so damn grateful that I have a yard of my own. I mean, there's so many people out there who I realize live in apartments, or even live in shacks or shelters. Or even if they live in their own houses, they live in a desert. So many people who live in Nevada, Arizona, they have to water in order to have plants. I mean, having to actually physically put water down, or else all your plants will die. I mean, that's, that's something else. I'm not going to say that I feel grateful that, for having, nature around me. I mean, I do, but what I mean is, I guess I'm smart enough to not ever move to a place like that. I mean, I know that there's some desire to move to an area with desert, but I know some people are born into it, and it just becomes what you do, where you live. It's kind of like our political affiliations or our religious upbringing. We just believe whatever we believe because it's what you were used to. And I guess sometimes that's brings the mentality that when people say, why don't people just move out of the ghetto? And I think, it's not that simple. It's obvious that so many people want to get out of the ghetto. There's so many songs and rap songs and tunes about getting out of the ghetto, so many poems and people who have spoken out. It's obvious that just wanting to leave the ghetto is different than actually getting out and going somewhere. Sure, you can move out somewhere, you can make enough money to live, but you still have to deal with adversity and lack of understanding, trying to cope with other people, understand other people, fit in society. Kind of like people who get out of prison and they have to, re-assimilate into society, and that's a difficult thing for people. I can't even imagine, I spent 30 days in jail and that was enough to make me crazy. I can't imagine spending 30 years or even 30 months or 30 weeks. So, life's full of many different paths and many different situations for each one of us. And that's why even though, I can get on my bike and ride to the park, the reason why maybe I don't embrace it as much as somebody who, say, hadn't been able to get out for so many years. In other words, a person who, say, does get out of jail, they're more likely to go out and really grab life by the horns and embrace as much as possible if they're not completely broken. But it's like the person who gets sick and almost dies, or the person who almost loses their life in a freak accident. And they start to realize what life is really worth again and to value it. So I guess if I were to pose a message here, it would be to look at each situation as almost dying, if you will, to the point where every moment is like a second chance at life. To every moment that you don't drop dead, every moment that you don't get hit by a truck or a meteor, you're constantly living and embracing each moment. So riding my bike to the park, to me, is something that I can take as a novelty. And maybe that's what it comes down to, is that so many people start to lose novelty in the very simple and basic things in life. And for those who are unaware of where I'm coming from, I started to realize I should become a little more explanatory in my videos, because sometimes I'll pose a term but not really explain it. By novelty, I mean that each thing that we experience in our lives is, we're always yearning for something new. And if we've already experienced something, the novelty wears off. We know what the word means, but in the sense of reward in the brain, novelties cause the brain to seek a new reward, and the novelty makes you excited, and therefore we're always seeking something new and novel. And learning to see things novel over and over again, it's a trick of the mind. It's the ability to see every sunset, every sunrise as something beautiful. And I think most of us can agree on that. There goes my neighbor. He's like, what are you doing over there talking to yourself? Yeah, each moment in life is something anew, and every moment is a novelty. And we have to learn to embrace that. I mean, being human is something funky. Our egos take over. We have those primal instincts to just, for example, when somebody walks by, to feel like, oh, I'm talking to myself and making a video, why should that matter? It's just because we're humans, We're like, it's kind of our primal shell, protecting ourselves. It's just how life is. We learn to overcome a lot of it and learn to let that down. And that's what events are for. Going to meetings with groups of people who are like-minded, or concerts or festivals. And that's why I'm really excited to be going to Symbiosis in a few weeks. It's the Eclipse Festival here in the Portland area. It's going to be in Oregon, and I'm just so excited to go down there and, with 30,000 like-minded people, and watch a 2-hour eclipse. It'll be something like never experienced before, a new novelty, and being with people who have like-minded ideas is important. So hopefully you're able to yearn for that and find that in your own life. I'm going to go look what time it is here, but I'm pretty sure I got to get going home, because I got to make some food, or at least finish the food. And it'll take me a couple minutes to ride home. I'll look on my pink phone. Yep, 7:07. Got to go. So it's been nice talking to the camera. I'll talk to y'all soon, and